I hate to tell you all, but did you see outside? It's raining.
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs.
Well,
That's
be
okay,
careful.
Judge. We've got a lot of
Don't
felonies.
say that. My dog may take offense.
We'll be preoccupied, Judge. We've got a good amount of felony cases. Should take us enough time that the rain
Should take us about an hour.
74.
Well, I mean, here, you wait
Huh?
10 minutes and read it.
Well,
Maybe.
we had 5 on those.
Okay, maybe hour and a half. Let's say hour and a half.
Still be early. We finished yesterday about 1:30.
You're awesome.
Excellent.
What did you say?
You are awesome.
Would you tell my ex-girlfriends that? Because they don't seem to believe me.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's try to get through this quickly. You guys are prepared?
Recording in
Did you,
progress.
did anybody talk to the,
Yes, I already spoke.
okay, do we know what the case is that they're here for?
Yes, so I have it for FT5.
No, you can't tell me the numbers because that's, okay, I can't figure anything out. And then this lady had her husband here, Mr. Crumbly, is that it? Okay, can we find the Crumbly case? So we can call that up, and then the attorneys, did you talk to them, though? Do you know the name of the defendant? Rotella and Hernandez?
Your Honor, can we have the names of the people that you need out of?
Yeah, one name is Crumbly, last name, what's your husband's first name? Antonio Crumbly.
Antonio Crumley.
Your Honor, good morning.
Morning.
I'm here on the case of Juan Camilo Amezquita.
Juan Camilo Amezquita. Corrections, that's the other case. Juan Camilo. Amezquita.
Oh, that's it. Oh, no, I think he's taking them now. What's the name, Judge?
Amezquita.
Yes, Your Honor. And I'm standing in for his attorney, Mr. Padilla.
Okay, so 18 and 19.
18 and 19, thanks to our clerk.
That's all. Of you.
Antonio Crumbly and Amezquita. Thank you. Amezquita.
Coquina? 19. That's Coquina. Is it Juan Miguel? 18 and 19. I'm sorry, Juan Manuel can't go see if there's him sleeping. No, somebody.
Corrections, whenever you're ready, let me know, please.
What was the one name you were?
Amezquita. You gave me Cocina. See if you can find Amezquita here.
What's the case number? Excellent.
I don't know.
What was it? Private attorney?
Okay, say it loud so the clerks can hear you.
Yes, so I have the Amezquita case as F25014-734. That's.
Do you want to look through this? And I don't know where that Cocina case goes. Corrections, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do we have our interpreter?
Yeah, Your Honor, the Creole interpreter or Spanish interpreter?
Well, both. I mean, first of all, I'm going to need to swear in the inmates so that they can testify.
We're both here, Judge.
All right, let's swear in the inmates first in English, then in Spanish.
All rise and raise your right hand.
Todos de pie, levante su mano derecha.
Campé, levez main droite.
Stand up. Raise your right hand.
Levante la mano derecha.
Levez main droite.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, say I do?
¿Usted jura o afirma que el testimonio que está a punto de rendir será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad? Si es así, dígalo en voz alta.
Est-ce que nous jurons témoignage nous parlons là, c'est la vérité, toute la vérité, rien que la vérité, dit oui.
Gentlemen, say I do loud and clear.
Caballeros, digan las respuestas fuertes. y
Ya
claro.
lo dijeron, ya lo dijeron. All right, corrections, if you'd be so kind, can we call up the case of Antonio Leon Crumbly Jr.?
Mr. Crumley is out on felony bond, judge, on 2 cases, F25792 and F25781.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Crumbly. How are you?
Doing okay.
I got your family here. Your wife's been waiting all morning long to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, Mr. Crumbly, on case F2514763, you've been charged with 2 counts: possession of crack cocaine, a 3rd-degree felony punishable by 5 years in prison, and 1 count of possession of paraphernalia with intent to use. That's a 1st-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in the county jail. Go ahead, do your work. Don't worry about me. And reading the A form, the 4 corners of the A form, I do find probable cause. Now, the standard bond for the grand theft is $5,000. I'm gonna make it $1,000. And for the misdemeanor, I'm gonna make it $100. But here's the problem that you have, and your wife's here advocating for your release. Problem that you have, Mr. Crumbly, is that you have 2 open cases in front of Judge Gammas in Division 10. You're out on bond on F25792 as well as F25781. So you're gonna be held in custody until you go before Judge Gammas and he can decide how to handle these cases. I cannot release him today. He, okay, tell me your name for the record. Okay, Ms. Brown, the problem is that when you're out on a bond and you violate by picking up a new criminal charge, you have to go before the judge that the case is assigned to. So that's our procedure. So he's gonna go in front of the judge tomorrow, and you may want to be there and tell Judge Gammas this, because it sounds persuasive, but it's up to that judge to decide. All right?
Okay,
I know that he appreciated you being here, but if you want to make a difference, I think you need to be in front of Gammas's division, which is division number 10 at the Gerstein building.
he's on calendar for tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because he has surgery on Wednesday, on Tuesday,
Well,
on 15th.
You know, you should tell that to the judge and see if he can get a furlough for that, or if he can get, I don't know where he was gonna be operated on, but they may give him permission to go there.
The trauma center.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Judge, what was the bond for count 1 and 2?
Yeah, it was 1,000 for count 1 and 100 for count 2.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I believe Judge Gammas's courtroom is on the 2nd floor of the Richard Gerstein.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, folks.
Good morning, Judge Assistant Public Defender Zoe Carlton. If we may call a case out of turn for corrections.
Sure, can you tell me what it is?
Yes, Mr. John Joseph, he's number 73.
I wish you would have told me a little earlier so we can find it.
Page 24, Judge.
Let me tell you something. I have some talents, which are very few, and I have some abilities, which are even less. But finding these cases is not one of them. Let me ask the clerks. They seem to be indispensable for this.
Is that all corrections?
And let corrections know, or corrections, please. If you have somebody else, please let me know.
The only next one that we have is the one for the Creole interpreter from earlier today.
Okay,
Mr.
I wanted to call Mr. Amesquita next because I have an attorney waiting for that.
Mr. Amasita isn't here yet. They're picking up him now.
Thank you. And who is the Creole? Thank you. Who is the Creole? Who do we need the Creole interpreter for?
Mr. Henry Jean.
Okay, so we'll call that next. What about John Joseph? Mr. Joseph, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
All right, Mr. Joseph, in case number F2514661, you're charged with use or possession in a fraudulent way of personal identification.
No, sir.
Don't make
No, you don't have to say anything. let your attorney speak for you. All right, does the PD want to say anything?
Judge, so there's no indication within the four corners of the arrest affidavit that he was not lawfully in possession of this piece of identification.
Well, there is. It says it belongs to Daphne Gisnell Blaze.
I understand that, Judge. However, there's no indication that that person did not give permission to him to possess that identification.
State?
Judge, it would be inherent that someone in possession of someone else's identification is not the legal owner of that identification. That is the whole purpose of an identification card. It identifies the person who owns and is in possession of the card.
I don't agree with you because you could be holding a card for somebody else, but there's no indication that he used it in a fraudulent way. He just possessed it. The only thing that you could say is that he, according to the police affidavit, he could not provide an explanation for possessing it. So in this case, I am going to find probable cause, given the totality of the circumstances, set the bond at $1,000.
Judge, we would be asking for an elevated bond based on his priors. He was just recently released from a maximum sentence on a battery from county jail. We would be asking for an elevated bond based on his prior criminal history.
Okay, that'll be denied. All right, call up the other case of the Creole defendant. So we have the Creole interpreter on board. This is Mr. Gene M. Henry. Mr. Henry, how are you?
Monsieur Henri Kijonye.
Muy bien.
I'm good, thank you.
34.
All right, Mr. Henry, in case number F2514728, you're charged with carrying a concealed firearm. That's a third-degree felony punishable by 5 years in prison.
Monsieur Henri, nan ka F2514228, yo akuse ou ko tap ka ou te gon zam sou ki te caché, et ça ou gen lwa nan prison. How long for the jail sentence, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Up to 5 years in prison.
Jusqu'à 5 ans en prison.
All right, I hereby find probable cause.
Et moi, wè la ke gen assez raison pour ça.
However, let me ask you a question. I think we had this issue come up yesterday. Florida has amended its concealed weapon charge. So the prosecutor who was here yesterday called her supervisor and they stipulated to no PC.
Te mandon bay, la Floride sot chanje loi permis de port d'armes yo ou bien porter zam sou. Et avocat qui te la hier, la te le superviseur qui te chanje bay la. Un petit moment.
So Judge, I don't know about that case from yesterday. I can make a similar call to that same supervisor. Was it similar set of facts where the gun was under the seat? How it is in this case?
Juge moi pas connaît qui ça t'est passé hier, même que doit les mêmes superviseur ça pour me demander est-ce que c'était même situation aujourd'hui?
No, the gun was on the individual.
Oui, mon nan te gen zam nan sou li.
Listen, you call your supervisor if you want, but I'm going to find no PC, release outright on that charge.
Ou mettre le superviseur là, moi même pour que pas gen assez raison pour ça et que yo mettre la gueule.
I know for a fact that the law was amended. You no longer have to have a concealed weapon. This wasn't even on him. This was underneath the seat.
Right,
So-
Judge.
Moi connais que yo changé loi, ou pas besoin gen zam nan. Zam nan pat même sou li, te en bas siège machine.
So, Judge, I don't want to make any assumptions, but just based off the A form, I believe he was charged with that. Just by reading it, it does say it was not securely encased. So I understand it is beneath the seat, so it's not readily observable to the public. But I believe that's why this is charged in this case. But again,
Le juge m'a pas pral prendre aucune décision, mais d'après ça que me lit dans papier arrestation, c'est que zam nan te là, mais pas mettre le nom et tuer pour protéger zam nan. Ça veut dire que même s'il pas accessible, zam nan te là.
Blame the judge or blame the Florida legislature for changing the law.
Blâmer juge là, bah mais moun k'ap gérer k'ap fait loi la Floride yo que changer loi.
Okay, corrections. I know he has a traffic issue, but on this case, he's to be released outright.
Release outright on both counts, Judge, or just
Yes.
count one?
Well, on this count is the only felony. Didn't we already deal with the traffic?
For this case, he has 2 counts.
Département de correction li pas nous te régler affaire trafic là y a la gueule sans caution. Département de correction dit qu'il y a 2 cas là aujourd'hui en gros crime.
On both of these counts, he's to be released outright.
Surtout les 2 accusations yo mettre la gueule, sans pas besoin payer caution.
I found no PC.
M'pa jwen gen assez raison pour ça.
Do me a favor, check with whoever you want to check, whenever you want to check, but call me and let me know what their response is.
Fais mon faveur, checker ak moun ou vle checker après ça relem pour dire ça yo di.
All right, I have Princess Diana Lloyd. Has she refused again?
He refused, Judge. Reset for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. She.
Judge, I have also Mr. Juan. The one you needed for the private attorney.
Juan Amezquita. You have him there?
He's here, Judge. He's coming in.
Perfect, thank you.
Mrs. Princess Lloyd refused. Reset for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the Creole interpreter is dismissed.
No, let me ask corrections. Do you know if we need the Creole interpreter any further? Why don't you stick around a little bit longer and they can find out? We have like 72 inmates. Thank you.
Is this pre-trial?
He's got a private lawyer. Sir, would you tell me your legal name?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Juan Camilo Amezquita.
And Your Honor, good morning again, or good afternoon, Nora Tell on behalf of Mr. Padilla for the defendant.
All right, I find probable cause. I'm also persuaded by the fact that he made an admission that he in fact had snatched the phone. What do you want me to do?
Your Honor, we'd be asking for a standard bond. You should see on your screen a lady by the name of Maria Amezquita. That is
Yes,
Mr.
she's there.
Amezquita.
She's
Mr.
there.
Yes, that is his sister. So he will be living with her. The only request that we have other than the standard bond is that Your Honor allow him 48 hours to go and pick up his belongings, accompanied by law enforcement.
State, you have any objection?
No objection to standard bond and as well as speaking of property.
Well, standard bond I have is $7,500. Is that what you have?
That is correct, Judge, because this is a second-degree felony. That is correct, and this is with violence, so it would be 7,500.
Is that okay? $7,500?
That's my understanding from speaking to
Okay.
Mr. Padilla, Your Honor, that those were my orders to follow.
All right. Like I said on the record, I do find probable cause. Set the standard bond at $7,500 with a no contact order, which you didn't prepare. No contact order with the alleged victim of the strong arm. And I will grant the defendant a one time only 48 hours from entry of this order, accompanied by a law enforcement officer to retrieve his personal belongings. Mr. Amezquita, you understand you cannot have any contacts,
Understood.
direct or indirect, with the victim.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, if you have any issues, call your lawyers. They're experienced. They know how to handle it, all right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Judge. Have a great day.
You too, and thank you for your patience. Yes, sir.
No, my pleasure. I got to learn that you were a Cobra, just like me. South Miami. Away.
But I was from another century.
I'm sure, but still the same alma mater. Have a
Yes,
great day, Your Honor.
class of 78. Just so you know.
I'm 2003. They're close.
Yeah, very close, I'm sure, in my imagination. But I will tell you this, about 4 years ago, I got inducted into the Wall of Fame.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So yeah, I'm glad that was very nice. It was Mr. Brandstetter who was behind that.
Oh my
Remember him?
God. I remember Mr. Brandstetter. May he rest in
Yeah.
peace.
He was a great guy, yes. Unfortunately, he passed away a short time
Yes.
later of cancer, but
Yes.
you know that even after he retired, he would go there, because he lived a block away. He would go there every
Right.
day to work as a volunteer.
Yeah. He was a great man and great professor, great teacher.
Thank you for the good memories.
Yes. Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too, my friend.
Bye.
Judge, on the last case, there was a no harmful contact order. The clerk has it.
Okay, I'll sign it when I get it.
No, Your Honor, the one you get, we don't do them in the. One we talk about the
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's call up the next case, which is Miss Phyllis Jean Carroll. Miss Carroll, is that you?
Ms. Carroll has a hold, a 72-hour hold for F-Corps.
Can Okay, Ms. Carroll is charged with 1 count of criminal mischief in case number F2514738. All right, I do find probable cause. Is Ms. Carroll, did you say she's going to be evaluated?
No, Judge.
Ms. Carroll has a 72-hour hold for F4.
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. With F4?
F4, the Florida Department of Corrections.
For what? Has she been, she's on their improperly released schedule or what?
I'm sorry.
Do we know what it is?
Your Honor, it's a hold for Florida Department of Correction. She has an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Under conditional release supervision.
Okay, that no, I understand right now. I'm gonna find probable cause. I'm gonna set the bond at $5,000 with a no contact order. She's not to go within 500 feet of 11th Street and Washington Avenue. Let me ask the public defender, would you have your ERU unit look at the possibility of getting her evaluated?
Yes, Judge, no problem. And would the court be inclined to grant an alternate bond of TAP since she's homeless?
No, I think she needs to be evaluated. That's my humble opinion, given the facts of this case.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Let's call up the next case, which is Ms. Maydelin Santoyo. Would you tell me if she has any priors?
One moment, Judge. Yeah, she does have.
And can you tell me
priors,
for
Judge.
what?
She recently just served a 366-day sentence for being registered as a sex offender.
Ms. Santoyo, are you sure?
Santoyo, yes, Judge. Maydelin Santoyo.
Yes.
It's a 3rd-degree felony. She was sentenced to 366 days. It closed on January 13th, 2025. There's also.
Judge, we don't have Ms. Santoyo here. Corrections, she's on her way. Corrections is requesting to skip to number 7.
That's fine. What's her name? Number 7? Cynthia Grant?
No, Davika Swell.
What happened to Cynthia Grant?
Apparently they're on their way, Judge.
Okay. Okay, Davika Sewell or Sewell.
Ms. Swell is a violent felony offender special concern. She has a probation warrant F201942.
All right, that's case number F2514746.
Judge, the last name is Sewell.
Yes, that's actually a famous name in Miami. We had a mayor named that and we have a park named that. Ma'am, how are you?
Okay.
I saw you this morning. This is case number F2514746. You're charged with a 3rd-degree felony punishable by 5 years. That's an aggravated assault. And you have a burglary of an occupied structure. Do you want to contest the probable cause? Okay, I hear find probable cause. I'm going to set the bond on count 1 at 5,000 and on count 2 at 7,500.
Yeah, let me look at this file.
I'm also going to put a stay away order from the alleged victim and the house that allegedly you were breaking into.
Judge, she has 4 counts for this case.
Yeah, on counts 1, or rather, count 2, it's going to be 7,500. On counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, yes, the first 3 counts, which are ag assault, it's going to be 5,000 per count.
And count 4?
Count 4 will be $7,500 with a stay away order from the house and the alleged victims. Who do we have next? Who do we have next?
I'm not sure, Judge. I'm waiting for corrections. Okay.
That should be number 4.
Okay, we have Miss Grant, number 4.
This is Cynthia Grant. Ma'am, would you identify yourself on the record?
Yes, Cynthia Grant.
All right, Ms. Grant, in case F2514777, you're charged in count 1 with burglary with an assault or battery. That's a first-degree felony punishable by life. Count 2, you're charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. That's punishable by 5 years in prison. Does the defense want to contest the PC?
No, Judge.
All right, I find probable cause. Ms. Grant, I find probable cause to believe that you committed these crimes. Unfortunately, as to count 1, that's a first degree punishable by life, so you'll be held on that with no bond. You're entitled to what's called an Arthur hearing. That's got to be set within the division. On the other counts, I'm going to set the other count at $2,500 with a no contact order.
Judge, did the state file a motion?
So yes, Judge, the state does have a motion for pretrial detention in this case. If your honor's inclined to grant it, we can pass it up.
She's being held no bond. What's the purpose of doing that? Do that later. That's my suggestion. Do that later. She can't bond out right now. She's being held no bond on the first PBL, and the state is entitled to have an Arthur hearing.
Just following orders, Judge. This is.
I know. I'm not shooting the messenger. I'm just telling you. All right, at this time, I decline to file that. What's our next case? Do we have Ms. Neves available?
Sorry, Judge, what was the bond for count 2 on that last one?
$2,500.
Thank you.
Ma'am, would you tell me your name?
Amy Nieves?
Se pronuncia Nieves.
Yes, Amy Nieves.
How do you spell that?
Neaves.
All right, that's an unusual spelling for Nieves, but ma'am, you're being charged with possession of a controlled substance, third-degree felony punishable by 5 years in prison, tampering with physical evidence or attempted, that's punishable by 5 years in prison, and possession of drug paraphernalia. What's her record?
Plenty of priors, Your Honor. Driving without license suspended, trespassing, loitering, 2009. Tampering physical evidence, resisting violence.
All right, having found probable cause, I set the bond at $1,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, and RR on count 3. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, we need a Spanish interpreter for the next.
Who's the next person?
Miss Santos Silva.
Thank you.
La
You have the
señora
interpreter here.
Santos Silva.
She's actually Portuguese.
Okay, Portuguese. Okay.
¿Usted es
Your Honor.
brasilera?
Sí. Okay, one moment, Your Honor. May the interpreter Spanish connect the Portuguese interpreter?
Señora, ¿usted habla español o inglés?
Español y portugués.
Vamos a hacerlo en español, ya que tenemos la traductora aquí en español.
Perfecto.
Okay.
In case F2514731,
Para la causa F2514731,
you're charged with 1 count,
a usted se le imputa con un cargo de
strong arm robbery.
robo a la fuerza.
I hereby find probable cause.
Por medio de esto determina motivo fundado.
Ask her if she can afford any bond.
¿Usted puede costearse alguna fianza?
Sí.
Yes.
Una fianza de $5,000.
Sí.
Yes.
Set the bond at $5,000 with a stay order from her husband.
Se fija una fianza por un valor de $5,000 con una orden de alejamiento a favor de su esposo.
Any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Miss Brew, who also needs assistance of a Spanish interpreter.
You have the interpreter here. Does she have any priors?
¿Tiene antecedentes penales ella? Pregunta su señoría.
All right, Ms. Abreu, you are charged in case F2514754
Ok, señora Abreu. Usted se le ha imputado en la causa F2514754
with one count of retail theft.
con un cargo de ratería en tiendas.
That's punishable by 5 years in prison.
Eso es punible hasta por 5 años en la prisión.
I find probable cause.
Determino que hay motivo fundado.
I'm going to set the bond at $3,000.
Voy a fijar una fianza por un valor de $3,000
Sign a stay away order from the Plum Market.
y hay una orden de alejamiento a favor de Plum Market
At 17801 Biscayne Boulevard.
que queda ubicado en la 17801 Biscayne Boulevard.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Buena suerte para usted, señora.
We have Miss Jean Francois.
Did she speak English or she needs the Creole interpreter?
English. She speaks English, Judge.
All right. Ma'am, tell me your full name.
Legaria Jean Francois.
Ma'am, in case F2514768, you're charged with a kind of burglary with an assault or battery. That's a first-degree felony punishable by up to life in prison.
The state does have a motion for pretrial detention here, Judge.
She's got priors?
No priors based on what we have, Judge. I believe the motion is just based on the charge itself.
Bring it to your supervisor's attention that these are all PBL crimes, that it's kind of a useless redundancy. If you want to make the motion, does the defense want to lodge an objection?
Judge, I mean, the pretrial detention motion does seem pointless at this time since it's a punishable by life felony.
All right, I hereby find probable cause. The bond will be set at no bond. And the state has requested, talk to her, but she's pretty upset. Just explain to her, this doesn't mean she's guilty. This just means that she's going to be held until your office can order an Arthur hearing. What division is she going to?
Delancey, Judge.
All right. Let's call up the Lise Hamilton case. Ma'am, would you tell me your full name, please?
Delisa Quindle Hamilton.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Judge?
I'm well, thank you for asking. In your case, which is F2514735, you're charged with the following: one count of aggravated battery, punishable by 15 years in prison, and one count of unlawful discharge of a firearm in a public place or a residential property. Either side want to be heard? I hereby find probable cause. As to count one, I set the bond at $7,500. As to count two, I set the bond at an ROR. And I'm signing a stay away order, Ms. Hamilton, from the person known as Keon Richardson. Please have no contact with that person, direct or indirect.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is Ms. Hernandez Correa. Needs a
Okay.
Spanish interpreter.
Judge, this is an added charge, battery by detainee.
Thank you.
Su señoría, esto es un cargo anexo por agresión física a otra persona que estaba en detención. Gracias.
Ma'am, would you please state your full name?
Señora, por favor, ¿podría declarar su nombre completo?
Jenny Hernández Corría.
Jenny Hernández Corría.
Sí, pero quiero rectificar que
Yes, but I wanted to rectify something.
Okay, the stay away order that you signed on this, I'm assuming you prepared it. You put it for the wrong defendant. Amori Rutledge.
No, we don't do stay away order for battery by detainee.
You don't? Okay.
No, you just.
All right, never mind.
Ok, había una orden de alejamiento, pero la persona que está, el reo es el reo incorrecto. Responde el departamento carcelario, no se emiten órdenes de alejamiento para personas que se encuentran en detención. Ok,
All right,
entonces no importa.
I hereby sign find probable cause, set the bond at $100.
Estoy por medio de la presente firmando que he determinado que hay motivo fundado y se fija una fianza de $100.
Ok.
Okay.
Buena suerte, señora. Let's call up the next case, which is Amori Rutledge.
State has a motion for pretrial detention in this case as well.
This is the co-defendant of the other case.
Correct.
Ma'am, would you tell me your name, please?
Amori Rutledge.
Ms. Rutledge, you're accused in case F25-14769 with burglary with assault or battery. That's a first-degree felony punishable by up to life in prison. I hereby find probable cause. Set the bond at no bond. I'm also entering a stay away order from the alleged victim in this case. Next case I have is Giovanni Olet.
Judge, we have Ms. Santoyo.
Yes, ma'am. Let's call that up then. This is Madeline Santoyo.
Number 3.
So Judge, I think I figured out why you were maybe a little confused on this one earlier.
Oh, I wasn't confused at all. You were telling me she had been convicted of a sexual assault?
Yeah, as a sex offender, yes, correct. Violation of registration.
And you confirmed that?
I'm gonna confirm what the charge is, Judge.
Ms. Santoyo, you're accused here in case number F25-14755 of possession of cocaine or suspected cocaine. Just based on the A form, I find there is probable cause. Let's set the bond at $1,000. Good luck to you, ma'am. What about Giovanni Olet?
We can pass him, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Judge, on that last one, it was standard bond.
No, I put $1,000.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
I don't know if that's the standard or not.
Not standard, but that's fine.
All right, on the Walter Hernandez Sanchez, is he available?
He refused, Judge. Reset for tomorrow.
Reset then. What about, have next Quentin, Cyril Clark,
Clark also refused, reset for tomorrow.
please? What are you laughing about? Thank you. Who's next? Torrance Hannon, is he available?
Yes, Judge, she's here.
This week.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine.
Well, Mr. Hannon, it's Torrance Donnell Hannon, correct?
Yes, sir.
F25-14758. They've accused you of petty theft or more convictions that's punishable by 5 years in prison, as well as resisting an officer without violence. All right, I do find probable cause to counts 1 and 2. I'm gonna set the bond on count 1 at 1,000 and 500 on count 2. I'm also entering a stay away order, Mr. Hannon. You cannot go to the Walmart at 3200 Northwest 79th Street. Is that clear?
That's correct.
It's 3 counts, Judge.
Appreciation.
Would the public defender please, you know what, on the 3rd count, I'm just gonna ROR him, all right? So it's 1,500 and an ROR. Good luck to you, sir.
Preston Pierre. Come down.
Sir, could you tell me your name, please?
Dr. Pierre,
How are you today, Mr. Pierre?
try to maintain, sir. Thank you.
Well, sir, I have 2 cases here for you. One is F25-14759. It's, you have a charge there of armed robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon. That's punishable by up to life in prison.
Judge, the state has another motion for pretrial.
Okay, why don't you prepare him so I can sign him contemporaneously? As to F25-14759, I find probable cause. And you're going to be held no bond on that charge. And there is a stay away order. There should be a stay away order from the victim in that case. As to the other case you have, which is F25-14760, you have 1 count of armed robbery, punishable by up to life in prison, and 1 charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. It's punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Okay, maybe I'm missing something there, but. Okay, I got it. You have probable causes to both counts. You're to be held no bond on count 1, and as to count 2, the bond is set at $15,000 with no contact with the victim. Good luck to you, sir.
Right.
Then I have the case of Juan Manuel Cocina.
Need to pass him, Judge.
Need to pass him, you said?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Which one?
This last.
Yeah, this is it. This is the pretrial detention order. Thank you.
We have Mr. Quintero. He speaks Spanish. Okay, I think.
We have the Spanish interpreter under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Quintero, tell me your full name.
Señor Quintero, dígame su nombre completo.
Mi nombre es Rauniel Quintero.
My name is Rauniel Quintero.
You've been charged in case number F25-14765 with possession of cocaine that's punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
A usted se le ha imputado con un cargo en la causa número F2514765 de posesión de cocaína. Esto es punible hasta por 5 años en prisión.
Bueno, pero
Well, but
All right, I do find probable cause.
ok, determino que hay motivo fundado.
Set the bond at $1,000.
Fijo la fianza por $1,000.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte para usted, señor.
Call up the next case, please. Sir, what is your name?
Jonathan Figueroa.
Mr. Figueroa, in case number F2514767, you're charged with the following crimes: possession of a controlled substance, punishable by 5 years in prison; tampering with physical evidence, punishable by 5 years in prison; and 1 count of paraphernalia with the intent to use.
Judge, he also has a hold for immigration.
Thank you. Do you have any priors on him? State, do you have any priors?
Yeah, I showed.
M1.
That's it?
Yes, it was, he took that withhold back on June 12th, a month ago.
Okay, I'm gonna find probable cause for the charges. Set the bond on count 1 at $1,000, count 2 at $500, and $1 is to count 3. Good luck to you, sir. Do we have Stanley Williams?
Yes, Judge.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Mr. Williams, it's good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm trying to stay as positive as possible.
Okay, that's a good thing. Mr. Williams, you
Yes.
have a charge here. You're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, which allegedly happened in April of 2024. Would you check to see if Mr. Williams has any priors?
Not in Florida. He has out-of-state charges.
So yes, Judge, the out-of-state priors are adjudications on possessions of controlled substance from Cook County in Chicago. Trying to see what else. Another controlled substance where he was sentenced to 2 years of probation back in 1988 for controlled substance. It's mostly drug possession, Judge. That's the extent of his criminal history from out of state in Chicago.
All right, Mr. Williams, I hereby find probable cause. I'm gonna set the bond at $5,000 with a stay away order from the alleged victim. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Eric Jacobo Meneses.
He bonded out, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm so sorry. What was the bond amount for Mr. Williams?
5,000.
Thank you.
Plus a stay away order.
Thank you.
What about Cornell Matthews? Do we have Cornell Matthews?
Yes, Judge, he's coming.
Thank you. Sir, would you tell me your name, please?
Cornell Matthews.
Mr. Matthews, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Mr. Matthews, on case F250147880, you're charged with one count of possession of a controlled substance or suspected controlled substance, one count of tampering with physical evidence or attempted tampering, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. Does he have any priors?
Yes, Your Honor. He's got trafficking, got a burglary, unoccupied conveyance. Have,
He's been convicted of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Matthews, do you have a place to receive mail?
You have a place to receive mail? No, Judge.
All right, do we have a homeless calendar for report? Do we? Do we have a homeless calendar?
No, I was just.
What division is this going into?
Judge, this is gonna be going to David Young, Division 8.
Do we have an arraignment date set?
I'm trying to get slowly.
You gotta get new computers. They're spending all this money on building and they don't spend on the computers. Especially with me, they should know. I only have a flip phone.
On sieges, it doesn't have a future here.
August 12th.
Okay, August 12th, at what time?
59.
All right, so I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance on all three counts. You need to be aware of this. Would the public defender put this down? He's scheduled for an arraignment on 8/12 at 9 a.m. Also, tell him that I'm in courtroom 7-2 on the same floor. If he has any problems, he can check in with us at our courtroom. We'll help him out.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, sir, good luck to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we call up John May?
Ward D reset for tomorrow.
Thank you. I have now the case here of Keith Lamont Coleman, Jr. Okay, gentlemen, you need to make that call because he's charged with the CCF.
Yes.
Mr. Coleman, you're charged, are you Mr. Keith Lamont Coleman, Jr.?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
This is case number F2514784. You're charged with one count of carrying a concealed firearm that's punishable by 5 years in prison and one count of openly carrying a weapon. You want me to put it on recall so you can make that call? This is a little bit different. This is a little bit different.
But, right, I think this A form is very clear that this was on the seat. This does meet the statute. I believe it's very clear in the.
Well, that's not what he says. He says the rifle was concealed, readily accessible.
No, Judge, it does not.
Listen, you're telling me it doesn't read that? I just read it from the A form.
It says upon making contact with the defendant, this unit observed in plain view on the front passenger seat an AK-47 style with the barrel protruding.
The rifle was concealed.
In plain view on the passenger seat.
Okay, come up here and you read this sentence to me because I know English is my second language, but what I'm reading for the record, it says the rifle was concealed, readily accessible.
In plain view on the passenger seat.
Okay, you're not answering my question. Does it say that or not? Or we have different A forms?
It does say that, Judge.
Okay, if it says concealed to me in English and in Spanish, it means it was hidden.
But that's not concealed, Judge. It's on the passenger seat.
Okay, I'm gonna ROR the defendant as to count 1 and as to counts 2.
You're really, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I want you to read my form. Maybe we're reading something different.
We have the same form.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, well, listen, stay out of trouble, but you know, I don't know if it was a Draco that you had or an AK, but
It was a Draco, Your Honor. It was a Michael.
okay. All right, that qualifies as a pistol. Go ahead and call Bernard Williams, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why don't we go and call your supervisor on the CCF, because your office is telling me they're not pursuing those cases any longer. And if you have a different policy,
Refused.
That's not the understanding that I have, Judge.
well, that's the understanding that I have in my division, and that's the understanding in our division, which is 18. And that's the understanding I got yesterday from one of your prosecutors who did call that supervisor. I don't know if it's the same one. But they
Judge,
still.
Judge, we have to pass Williams, and then Gonzalez Tejada refused, so reset to tomorrow.
Okay. All right, reset for tomorrow, Gonzalez Tejeda.
Come on, Mr. Ballard. Little boss. Talk to you first.
What about Ulises Balbin? Sir, is that you?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. Balbin, you're accused in F2514697 of 1 count of tampering with the victim. That's punishable by 5 years in prison, and 1 count of violating a domestic violence injunction. All right, I find probable cause as to both counts. As to count 1, I'm setting the bond at $5,000. As to count 2, I'm setting the bond at $1,000. And Mr. Balbin, apparently you're out on bond in Judge Delancey's division, which is Division 5, the case known as F25-12825. So you're going to be held until you appear before Judge Delancey. I'm also signing a stay away order. You ignored the first one. You can have no contact directly or indirectly with AG, the alleged victim in that case and in this case. Good luck to you.
Mr. Nelm?
How you doing? How you doing? Good afternoon.
Okay, sir, forgive me. I didn't hear your name. What's your name?
Excuse me, my name, Michael Nelms.
Okay, this is not in the same order that I was told before. Is it Nelms?
Yes, sir.
N-E-L-M-S? How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm all right, sir.
All right, in case number F2514710, you're charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 2nd-degree felony punishable by 15 years in prison, and 1 count of possession of cocaine. All right, so I read the A form. There's probable cause here. I set the bond on count 2 at $7,500. On count 2, I'm going to set it at, I'm going to ROR you on that count on the cannabis.
Oh,
So Judge, it's 7,500 on count 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Can we have Mr. Booker brought in? Sir, would you tell me your name on the record, please?
Marius Booker, sir.
All right, Mr. Booker, in case F25147111, you're charged with violation of a junk-filled airbag. Believe it or not, that's a second-degree felony. You have 4 counts of that, and you're also charged with obtaining an invalid title. That's a 3rd-degree felony punishable by 5 years in prison, and on count 3, you're charged with uttering forged instruments. All right, so I'm going to find probable cause. As to counts 1 through 4, I'm going to set the bonds at $1,000 for a total of $4,000. As to count 5, I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. To count 6, I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, would you state your name, please?
Yes, Your Honor, it's Felipe Bernardes.
Mr. Bernardes, in case number F2514720, you're charged with 1 count of burglary of an occupied dwelling. That's a 2nd-degree felony punishable by 15 years in prison. And as to count 2, you're charged with 1 count of criminal mischief. That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause. I'm going to set the bond on count 1 at $7,500. On count 2, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. I'm going to also sign a stay away order from Kira Walton. You're to have no contact, direct or indirect, and another stay away order from Shiara Cabral. No contact with either one of these ladies, direct or indirect. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not to go to that location in North Bay Village where this arrest took place. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you can't have contact with them wherever they may be, but you don't have any contact with them at the North Bay Village location at the Palm Tree Club. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Judge, I was able to get an answer. So we got some more clarification. Do you want it now or?
I want it as soon as you get it.
Okay, so the clarification is that the reason there was an ROR yesterday in that case is that person was already qualified for concealed carry. So that's why we stipulated to it.
Well, you don't know, there's no way we can know if that person, first of all, I think that's ridiculous. But second of all, there is no CCF statute in Florida now. That's what you need to ask. If your office is setting its own requirements, read the statute.
I understand. I mentioned what you had stated earlier, that I was told that our office is pursuing open carry cases. That was my understanding.
Open carry is a different thing. That's when you're walking around with a handgun, but in your vehicle, underneath the seat, or securely encased in the glove compartment, or when it's quote unquote concealed, is not an open carry. Now, you and I may disagree on the interpretation of the words, but that's what I interpret them. When a police officer puts concealed, that means you can't see it. Now, we will agree to disagree. When you find a case law that says that is open carry, I'll be happy to entertain it.
Understood.
All right, would you be kind enough to tell me who this is?
This is Renato Enriquez Maldonado. He needs assistance of a Spanish interpreter.
Judge, he's a fugitive from Indiana River with a $2,000 bond. He's also a fugitive from Pennsylvania, no bond. A fugitive from Monroe County, no bond.
Es Renato Miguel Maldonado, necesita la ayuda de intérprete. Él está fugitivo de Indiana River con una fianza de $2,000. También es fugitivo de Pennsylvania, no tiene fianza, y también fugitivo de Monroe County sin fianza.
Sir, you're charged with leaving the scene of a crash with serious injury.
Señora, usted se le imputa con huir del lugar donde ocurrió un accidente causando lesiones graves.
Besides him being a fugitive from several places, does the state have any other information on him?
Aparte de que es fugitivo de diferentes lugares, ¿hay alguna otra información de parte de la fiscalía con respecto a él?
No, Judge, we just have his out of county history, which just shows the fugitive warrants from out of county.
No, su señoría, solamente tenemos sus antecedentes por fuera del condado, lo cual demuestra que él es fugitivo, tiene varias órdenes de arresto de otros condados.
The state would be asking if he either be held with an elevated or no bond based on.
I'm not going to hold him no bond. He's entitled to a bond, but I am going to put the bond at $10,000, given his history of not appearing in court. So I did find probable cause, and the bond is at $10,000.
La fiscalía solicita que ya bien sea se le dé una retención o una fianza elevada debido a sus antecedentes. Su señoría dice, yo no le voy a dar a él no le voy a dar la retención sin fianza. Él tiene derecho a una fianza. Voy a colocarle una fianza de $10,000 debido a sus antecedentes de que él no comparece ante el tribunal. Así que voy a determinar que hay motivo fundado para la causa con una fianza de $10,000.
And, you know, he's not going to be released because he has those fugitive warrants.
Pero no va a salir en libertad porque tiene todas estas órdenes de arresto como fugitivo en contra de él.
Good luck to you.
Buena suerte para usted, señor.
Madam Clerk, can you call corrections, please?
Okay, let's call up the case of Adrián Alcón.
He needs a Spanish interpreter as well. Sí, un momento.
Sir, would you tell me your name?
¿Podría decir pues, su nombre, por favor?
Adrián Alcón.
I'm sorry. Dijo Adrián. I'm sorry, I know the interpreter couldn't hear that. Dijo Adrián Alfonso?
No, Alcón.
Adrián Alcón.
Okay. Adrián Alcón. Thank you, Honor.
Case number F2514733.
La causa número F2514733.
Sí.
He's charged with one count of possession of cocaine.
Se le imputa con un cargo de tenencia de cocaína.
I find probable cause.
Determino que hay motivo fundado.
Set the bond at $1,000.
Fijo la fianza por un valor de $1,000.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte para usted, señor.
Robinson.
Troy Andre Robinson, Jr. Sir, tell me your name.
My name is Troy Robinson Jr.
Sir, in case F2514739, you're charged with one count of possession of cannabis with intent. That's punishable by 15 years in prison, and one count of possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis while armed. That's also punishable by 15 years in prison. Okay, here's a case with a glove compartment. All right, as to count one, I find probable cause. I'm gonna set the bond at $7,500. You want to argue the armed cannabis possession? That's securely encased if it's in a glove
It
compartment.
was in the glove, sorry, Judge, I just picked up the A form, okay, I see it's in the glove. We stipulate to ROR on that count, Judge.
Granted. It's to count two, it'll be an ROR. All right, sir, good luck to you. Leroy Martinez Lopez. Sir, would you tell me your name, please?
He needs the Spanish interpreter, Judge.
Señor,
Go ahead.
señor, ¿podría decir su nombre, por favor?
Leroy Javier Martinez López.
Leroy Javier Martínez López.
On case F2514750,
En la causa número F2514750,
you're charged with one count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
se le imputa con encargo de agresión física agravada con arma mortífera.
I hereby find probable cause.
Por medio de lo presente, estoy determinando que hay motivo fundado,
Set the bond at $7,500
fijando una fianza por un valor de $7,500
and a stay away order from the alleged victim, Brian Corzo.
Hay una orden de alejamiento a favor de la supuesta víctima, Brian
Corzo. Corzo. You're not to have any contact with him, direct or indirect.
Corso no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con esta persona, ya bien sea directa o indirectamente.
Let's call up the case of Jesus Peláez. Mr. Peláez, do you understand English?
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
Good.
Live.
Listen, in case F2514752, you're charged with one count of possession of cocaine, punishable by up to 5 years in prison, and one count of possession of paraphernalia, punishable by up to 1 year in the county jail. State, do you have any priors for Mr. Peláez?
Hey, what?
Now, I'm talking to the prosecutor. What are they?
Yes, Your Honor, we have robbery and an attempted armed robbery.
Anything else?
He has another open case right now for drug paraphernalia cocaine possession.
Where?
Here in Miami-Dade.
Corrections, do you have him with an open case in Miami-Dade County?
I'm not showing anything, Judge.
That's because for whatever reason, Judge, on his open cases, it's showing an AKA name of one of the defendants we called earlier of Medellin Santoyo.
Medellin Santoyo is a woman.
Right. I'm not sure why it shows this case on there for him as an open case, and then all the way to the right of the prior sheet under an AKA name, it has that defendant's name. I don't know why this is printing on the same
Okay.
sheet.
All right, having found probable cause, let's set the bond at $1,000 and count one and ROR is to count two. Let's call up Adin Gonzalez Perez.
He needs a Spanish interpreter as well.
Sir, tell me your name.
Señor, dígame su nombre.
Adín González.
Adín González Pérez.
In case F2514753,
En la causa número F2514753,
you're charged with one count of possession of cocaine.
Se le imputa con un cargo de tenencia de cocaína.
Right, I find probable cause.
Correcto, determino que hay motivo fundado.
Set the bond at $1,000.
Se fija la fianza por $1,000.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte para usted, señor.
Sir, what's your name?
You need Spanish as well.
¿Cuál es su nombre, señor?
Jorge Larravídez Núñez.
Jorge Larravide Núñez.
Yeah.
Larravid.
Larravid.
Larravide.
Larravide.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of petty theft, 2 or more convictions.
Señor, se le imputa con un cargo de hurto en menor cuantía. Tenía 2 o más fallos condenatorios.
That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
Esto es punible hasta con 5 años en prisión.
Your Honor, we're going to be asking for an elevated bond.
On a petty theft?
Yes.
What bond?
5,000.
And how do you justify that?
Yes, prior conviction, Your Honor.
Su señoría, estaríamos solicitando una fianza elevada. Su señoría responde para el cargo de hurto en menor cuantía. ¿Cuál es la fianza? ¿Cuál es la justificación para $5,000 debido a sus antecedentes por fallos condenatorios?
But I find probable cause.
Determino que hay motivo fundado.
I am going to enter a stay away order from the victim.
Voy a emitir una orden de alejamiento a favor de la víctima.
We'll set the bond at $2,500.
Fijamos la fianza por un valor de $2,500.
State's motion for an enhanced bond is hereby denied.
El pedimento que ha sido entablado para el incremento de la fianza ha sido denegado por medio de la presente.
All right, would you call up the case of Geisler, Chacon Stevens? Sir, would you tell me your legal name?
Aisler Chacon Stevens.
Sir, you're charged with a crime on count 1 that's punishable by 15 years in prison. Public defender waive the reading of the charges.
Yes, Judge.
As to count 2, you're charged with false imprisonment. That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. As to count 1, you're going to be held without a bond. As to count 2, you're going to be held on a $5,000 bond. This was also said today because your colleagues yesterday did not know the name or the initials of the victim. Do you have you have it up here?
Yes, Judge. One was filled out. You should have it for.
Okay, I'm signing a stay away order, Mr. Chacon Stevens, from the alleged victim in this case. You're to have no contact, direct or indirect. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you. Do we have Glenn Sampson?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How are you?
All right, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. In case number F2514686, you're charging count 1 with possession of cocaine with intent to sell or manufacture. Count 2, possession of cocaine. Count 1 is punishable by 15 years in prison. Count 2 by up to 5 years in prison. You're charged also with possession of a controlled substance. MDMA, which is punishable by 5 years in prison. You're also charged with 1 count of possession with intent of MDMA.
Judge, he's also out on felony bond on F2511414.
Okay, so he's in front of Judge Gonzalez. He's gonna be taking to Judge Gonzalez tomorrow to review his status. He's gonna be held no bond. And then you also have 1 count of possession of cocaine with intent or crack cocaine within 1,000 feet of a school. Count 6 is possession of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of a school, to wit, MDMA. 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. That's the count 1, your bond's gonna be set at $7,500. That's the count 2, your bond's gonna be $5,000. That's the count 3, your bond is set at $7,500. That's the count 4, your bond is set at $5,000. That's the count 6.
Count 5, Judge.
I'm sorry, count 5, the bond is $7,500. Count 6, the bond is $5,000. And count 7, it's $5,000. You also have a stay away order from the location at Northwest 80th Street and Northwest 9th Avenue in Miami, Florida. State, are you pursuing your withdrawal detention order?
We can pass one up to your honor.
No, I have one already.
Oh, if it's already been filled out, then yes, your honor.
All right, here it's hereby granted as of today. I beg your pardon? All the charges on a civil case. I said the bonds because I didn't see the order. They put the order at the bottom, so he's to be held also for Judge Gonzalez. It's all right. None of them do? Did you hear that?
I was unaware.
You know, they're sneaking this stuff in me thinking I'm not gonna read it.
I was unaware that one was even filed, Judge. I wasn't here yesterday.
All right, that is hereby rescinded, but he still has to go in front of Judge Gonzalez before he's able to bond out.
So Judge, no motion, correct?
No motion, ma'am. I think that was filed by your colleagues. That's why it was attached to the file. Are you okay? Are you okay? What's the matter? Come here. All right, call up the next case. Good luck to you, Mr. Sampson.
And just so your honor knows, we obviously don't prepare these. These
I don't worry about it. That's not a problem.
Good evening, Judge.
Good evening. Would you be kind enough to tell me your full name?
Gary Paul.
Mr. Paul, you're hereby charged in case number F25-14714 with a robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon. That's a first-degree felony punishable by life.
State has a motion for pretrial detention here, Judge.
Okay, let me go through this.
Okay.
You also have an aggravated battery on a pregnant victim. That's punishable by up to 30 years in prison. You have 1 count of false imprisonment. That's punishable by up to 15 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause as to count 1, you're gonna be held without a bond. As to count 2, you're gonna be held on a $30,000 bond. As to count 3, you're gonna be held on a bond of $7,500. The state has an announcement?
Yes, Judge, we are handing up a motion for pretrial detention that is being filled out by myself. I will hand it to your honor when it is complete.
Defense wants to be heard?
Judge, it's a punishable by life felony. He's already being held no bond. So I'd be objecting to the state's motion at this time.
Well, it doesn't really matter. They can file it if they want. What they do is usually when it gets to division, they don't go forward on the motion when they see it's a first PBL. I'm also signing a stay away order for the girlfriend, Giovanni Lewis, in this case. Mr. Mr. Paul, you're not to have any contact, direct or indirect, with the victim in the case.
I understand, Judge.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Can we have Mr. Tyson Cordero?
Yes, we do, Judge.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Tell me your full name.
Cordero Tyson.
In case
What-
F25.
what-
Go ahead. What did you want to say? In case F25-14706, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Excuse me, and 1 count of criminal mischief, punishable by up to 1 year in the county jail. I hereby find probable cause. It's to count 1, the bond is set at $5,000. It's to count 2, the bond is set at $1,000. I'm also signing a stay away order from John Junior Daly. You're to have no contact, direct or indirect, with Mr. Daly. Good luck to you, sir. Jaquin Quinton Brown.
How you doing? Good afternoon.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Mr. Brown, is that your full name?
Jaquan Brown.
Jaquan Quinton Brown on
Yes, sir.
F25-14708. You are charged with 1 count of possession of a controlled substance while armed and 1 count of possession of openly carrying a weapon. Count 1 is punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Count 2 is punishable by up to 60 days in the county jail. Okay, I hereby find probable cause. To count 1, I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000. That's to count 2, I'm gonna set the bond at $500. Good luck to you, sir. Ladies, you need anything from us?
No, I was just notified that we have.
All right. Thank you for everything. Have a great Sunday. Sir, would you be kind enough to tell me your name?
Hi, good afternoon, Judge. My name is Ronald Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, good afternoon. On case F25-14715, you're charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and 1 count of openly carrying a weapon. Count 1 is punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Count 2 is punishable by 60 days in the county jail. It's a spelling error, but you notice he put excited the vehicle, not exited the vehicle. So he got the vehicle all excited?
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I don't think he meant that.
Yeah.
Okay, I hereby find probable cause is to count one. Set the bond at $7,500. That's to count two. I'll set the bond at $250. Good luck to you, Mr. Anderson. Let's call up the case of Julian Domingo.
Bond out.
Thank you. Just so the state knows, there was no stay away order issued in that case for the victim of the criminal mischief. You might want to put in the file that he needs to be served either at the arraignment or at some other court hearing.
So don't do it now. Since he's
No,
bonded
I
out.
have one here, but it can't be served on him because he's not here.
Correct, Judge.
He bonded out.
I understand.
So just mark it on your file that he needs to be served when he goes to court. Could you tell me who this is?
This is Mr. Omario Metlis.
Mr. Metellus, how are you today?
I'm good, you, Your Honor, sir.
I'm doing good, my friend. Listen, you're charged in case number F2514718 with fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer at high speed. On that count, I find probable cause. I'm gonna set the bond at $7,500 with a no drive order. Then on case F2514717, you're charged with fleeing and eluding a police officer, a third-degree felony punishable by 5 years in prison, 1 count of resisting without violence, punishable by 1 year in the county jail. I'm gonna find probable cause, set the bond at 5,000 as to count one, 1,000 as to count two. Again, with a no drive order. Good luck to you, sir. This is Darren Gordon coming up. Mr. Gordon,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good afternoon, Judge.
Judge, Mr.
I'm
Gordon.
all right.
Mr. Gordon is out on probation on 2 cases, F242238B and F243691B.
Thank you. Mr. Gordon is going to be held for Judge Miranda in Division 7. Mr. Gordon, on case F2514730, you're charged with count 1, robbery by sudden snatching, punishable by 5 years in prison, tampering with a victim, a third-degree felony, punishable by 5 years in prison, 1 count of battery, punishable by 1 year in the county jail, criminal mischief, punishable by up to by 60 days in the county jail. All right, I'm gonna find probable cause. It's to count 1, I'm gonna set the bond at $5,000. It's to count 2, I'm gonna set the bond at $5,000. It's to count 3, I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000. It's to count 4, I'm going to set the bond at $250. I'm also signing a stay away order from Tara Major. Mr. Gordon, you're not to have any contact with Tara Major, direct or indirect. Good luck to you, sir. And you're gonna have to appear before Judge Miranda for F2422338B as in Bravo and F2436691B as in Bravo.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you. What? Well, it's on the record. They had him here before because I signed a few of them. Just put it on the sheet, on the file. Okay. Sir, would you tell me your name, please?
Sir Kevin Kingsman.
Hey, Mr. Kingsman, good afternoon. You're charged in F25-14732 with one count of. You want me to read the charges or you waive them?
We'll waive, Judge.
With a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. You're also charged with one count of simple battery, punishable by 1 year in the county jail. Yeah, I hereby find probable cause. It's the count one, the bond is set at. He doesn't have any prior criminal history, does he?
No, he does not, Judge, but we would be asking for a standard bond in this case. He punched a child in the head. I mean.
I read the A form. So you're being redundant as far as I'm concerned. I wanted to know if he had any prior history. Nothing?
No, not Judge.
I'm gonna set the bond at $3,000 on count one. It's the count two. I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000. I'm also entering, Mr. Kingsman, a no contact order, direct or indirect. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir. Sir, would you tell me your name?
Raúl Calderón Canas.
Okay, Mr. Canas, you're charged in case F25-14741.
Judge, Mr. Candace is out on probation, F24-19699.
Thank you. Mr. Canas, you're going to be held until you appear in front of Judge Miranda, but in your new case that you got arrested, you're charged with driving while license suspended as an habitual offender and/or an unauthorized alien. That's a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison. You're also charged with fleeing and eluding the police officer, punishable by 5 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause. Bond on count one is $7,500. Bond on count two is $5,000. I'm also entering a no-drive order. If you fail to abide by that order, you can be charged with violating your conditions of pretrial release. And you are to appear in front of Division 7 tomorrow. Good luck to you. Let's call up the case of Jerome Hepburn.
Judge, Mr. Hepburn is out on felony bond, F25-8910.
Thank you. Mr. Hepburn, in your case, F25-14744, you're charged with petty theft, 2 or more convictions. I find probable cause. I'm going to set the bond at $7,500. Mindful that he could be charged also with robbery because he used force with the manager on the way out. Good luck to you, sir, and you're going to appear before your judge on the probation case, which is Division 18. That happens to be me. I'll see you tomorrow. Carlos Alberto Saavedra. Does he have any priors, Mr. Saavedra?
How you doing, Your Honor?
Hi, Mr. Saavedra, how are you today?
Doing fine, and yourself?
I'm good, thank you for asking. In case number F25-14745, you're hereby charged with the following: robbery by sentence snatching, punishable by 5 years in prison; assault or aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, punishable by 5 years in prison; tampering with a victim, that's punishable by 5 years in prison; and battery, domestic violence, punishable by 1 year in the county jail. I hereby find probable cause. As to count one, I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. As to count two, I'm setting the bond at $5,000. As to count three, I'm setting the bond at $5,000. And as to count four, I'm setting the bond at $1,000. As to count five, I'm setting the bond at $1,000 as well. I'm also filing a stay away order from the victim, Natalie Ivasaita. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck. Would you have him tell me what his name is on the record, please?
This is Mr. Christian Sanchez. Okay, listen.
Mr. Sanchez, on case F25-14751, you're charged with 1 count of possession of cocaine.
Yes, Your Honor.
I find probable cause, but I want to release you on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case I have is Alejandro Valdez. Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Alejandro Valdez, sir.
All right, sir. You have 2 cases here. F25-14773. You were arrested for grand theft of a vehicle and possession of a weapon while committing an offense. Count one is, why is count one listed as a second-degree felony? Can anybody tell me?
Count one is a controlled substance possession, Your Honor.
No. I'm going on case F25-14773. Count one is a grand theft of a vehicle. Okay, I find that as a grand theft in the 3rd degree. All right, on count two. I must have missed this. Where's the weapon? Okay, count one, I'm gonna set the bond at 5,000. Count two is to be RR. I don't find any PC. Let's go to the other case he has, which is F25-14772. You're charged with possession of a controlled substance while armed. That's punishable by 15 years in prison. Count two is fleeing and eluding a police officer who had lights and sirens on.
Judge, as to count one, I'd ask the court to only find PC for controlled substance possession as there's no indication of a weapon involved.
I don't see one either. Maybe the state can help us with that.
Reading the A form, Your Honor, I don't see anything.
I don't know. I'll find probable cause for a 3rd-degree felony, and I'll make the bond 5,000. As to the second count, I find probable cause. And I'll make the bond $7,500 with a no drive order. Mr. Valdez, if you bond out after you see me tomorrow, you will not be eligible to drive. Good luck to you.
How much is it?
He's going to be in our division tomorrow. He's got a case there, an open case there, the F24-12014. Let's call up Rashad Van Diver or Van Diver.
He bonded out.
Thank you. What about this gentleman? Sir, could you tell us your name?
R.H. Antoine.
Mr. Antoine, you have an added charge. This is case number F2514776. Charge count one is battery on a law enforcement officer or corrections officer. That's a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. And you have one count of resisting an officer with violence to his person. That's also punishable by 5 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause as to both counts. Set the bonds at $5,000 per count. Good luck to you, sir. Do we have Charles Franks?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Franks, is that you?
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
I had better days.
I'm sure you have. You're here on case F2514766. You're charged with one count of domestic violence by strangulation. That's punishable by 5 years in prison. I hereby find probable cause. Set the bond at $5,000. There's a no contact order with Miss Anina Stinson. That means you're not to have any contact with her, direct or indirect. Good luck to you, sir. Let's call up the case of Romel Orlando Rios Roman.
He bonded out.
Thank you. Then let's call up the case of Jose Luis Encalao.
Bond out.
Thank you. How about the case of Mr. Ronald Ignacio Cordova? Good afternoon, Mr. Cordova.
You speak English? Okay, he speaks Spanish, Judge.
Buenas
Do we have the
tardes.
interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor. Buenas tardes, señor Córdoba.
Sí, buenas tardes.
Yes, good afternoon.
Mr. Cordova, it's been pointed out to me, you're also on probation in front of Judge Venzer, Division 11. That's F2115553. So he's to be held until he appears before Judge Venzer.
Se me ha señalado que usted también está bajo una libertad vigilada ante un caso por libertad vigilada ante la juez Spencer de la División 11. Esa es la causa F2115553 y usted entonces estará ante la juez Spencer, en retención hasta que comparezca ante la juez Spencer.
In this case, you're charged with a DUI or driving under the influence in a fourth or subsequent offense.
Para este cargo, que es un cargo por manejar bajo los efectos, por sus siglas en inglés de UI, es el cuarto delito subsecuente.
I do find probable cause.
Determino que hay motivo fundado.
Set the bond at $5,000.
Judge,
Fijo una fianza de $5,000.
we would be asking for an elevated bond of 10,000. This is his fourth DUI within 4 years. He's been explicitly told that his license is revoked. He knows he's not allowed to drive. He continues to put the community in danger by continuing to drive under the influence. This is a person who is not obeying court orders and continues to endanger the community by their own choices.
All right, I set the
Entonces,
bond.
señor, la fiscalía está solicitando una fianza elevada por un valor de $10,000. Este es su cuarto cargo por manejar bajo los efectos dentro de 4 años. Él explícitamente se le ha informado que su licencia es revocada. Él sabe que no se le permite conducir y continúa colocando a la comunidad en peligro al continuar manejando bajo los efectos. Esta es una persona que no está obedeciendo a las órdenes emitidas por el juez o el tribunal y continúa poniendo en peligro a la comunidad, y esto ha sido de su propia libre albedrío.
Right, I set the bond at 5,000. As to count 2, the bond is set at 5,000.
Correcto. Entonces se ha fijado una fianza por un valor de $5,000 para el cargo número 2 y la fianza se fija en $5,000.
And while I understand that he doesn't obey court orders, I'm issuing a no drive order.
Entiendo que él no está obedeciendo las órdenes del juez, pero estoy emitiendo una orden de que no puede conducir.
And he's to be held on his probation case until appears in front of Judge Venzer.
Va a permanecer encarcelado por su caso de su libertad vigilada hasta que pueda comparecer ante la juez Venzer.
All right, let's call up the next case. This is Mr. Bobsos.
Mr. Bobsos Eugene refused, Judge, reset for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. What about Mr. Ernesto Raúl Núñez? Is he available?
He speaks Spanish, Judge.
No entiendo. Hablo español.
Aquí tenemos una traductora, ella le va a traducir.
Gracias, señor, muy amable.
Thanks, sir. Very kind of you.
All right, on case number F2514737,
Para la causa número F2514737,
sir, you're charged with attempted second-degree murder.
señor, usted se le imputa con tentativa de homicidio en segundo grado.
It's punishable by up to 15 years in prison. No hable, señor.
Esto es punible hasta con 15 años en la prisión.
One count of false imprisonment, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
Tiene un cargo por detención ilegal. Esto es punible hasta con 5 años en prisión.
And one count of aggravated assault, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
Tiene un cargo de agresión física agravada, punible hasta con 5 años en prisión.
And one count of domestic battery by strangulation, punishable by 5 years in prison.
Y un cargo de agresión física por estrangulamiento, por violencia intrafamiliar, punible hasta con 5 años en prisión.
I hereby find probable cause.
Por medio de la presente determino que hay motivo fundado.
To count 1, I'm going to set the bond at $30,000.
Para el cargo número 1 voy a fijar la fianza por $30,000.
To count number 2, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000.
Para el cargo número 2 voy a fijar la fianza por $10,000.
As to counts 3 and 4, the bond will be set at $5,000 for each count.
Para los cargos 3 y 4 se fijará una fianza de $5,000 para cada uno de los cargos.
Sir, you have a stay away order from the victim.
Usted tiene una orden de alejamiento a favor de la víctima.
Can have no contact with her, direct or indirect.
No puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con la víctima, ya sea directo o indirecto.
Good luck to you.
Buena suerte para usted.
Judge,
Do we have I'm sorry, do we have Dagoberto Gonzalez?
He refused, Judge.
Reset him for tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
How about Daniel Lázaro Ramos?
Refused, reset for tomorrow.
What about Robert O'Neill?
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
What about Juan Torres?
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
What about Arista McLeod?
Who?
It's MICLAUD, Arista. Says an added charge.
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
Thank you. What about Jamel Anderson?
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
What about Adonai Rodriguez?
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
I have Elicer Rosario.
Refuse, reset for tomorrow.
Well, that's contagious now in the jail, huh? What about Frank Betancourt Rodriguez?
Also refuse, reset for tomorrow.
All right, I have some cases on recall I'd like to ask you about if you have them available. Bernard Williams,
Mr. Williams, refuse, Judge, reset for tomorrow.
and what about Juan Manuel Cocina?
Costina also refused, reset for tomorrow.
What about Giovanni Olet?
Mr. Olet refused, reset for tomorrow.
All right, I don't have any other cases at my disposal here. Does anybody have anything else they want to address? All right, corrections, I want to thank you very much. It was a little bit of a trying day today, but I want to thank you for dealing with the difficult inmates you deal with every day. Your work, while not lauded, is appreciated.
Thank you,
Your Honor.
Judge. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you to the Public Defender's Office.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Likewise.
Recording stopped.
Thanks, Your Honor.
There was one packet I don't have a note for.